Well, how would you like not to pay your student loan payments for the rest of the year? Actually, you're not paying now if you have student loan payments, but that's going to end starting in October. So October, you're going to have to make payments again. But they're talking about, here's an article in the Post today, Washington Post, if you're not familiar with that. And they're talking about extending it at least till next year, the early part of next year. To give you a bunch of more months where you don't have to pay, because we're still digging out of the hole, particularly people in debt. And now that they got Biden to forgive, the moratorium on the eviction, they feel maybe we get them to do that. And listen to this. They're trying to get them to come up with forgiving $10,000 for everybody. They were actually trying to get them to do $50,000. But he said in the past he wouldn't. So I think, maybe postponing the payments for a couple more months, and really you don't pay interest or anything, when you're not paying on these, is more likely than, getting forgiven. But who knows? Never trust anything until it's done. So have a plan B. Don't plan. Make that part of your vacation that this is going to happen, so I'm going to do this. No, you can't do that. You just get in trouble doing that. So the other thing is that you should also use this time to look at other forgiveness possibilities. And there's a nice report that. You go to studentaid.gov, Okay, you go there and they have and look for student loan forgiveness, studentaid.gov. Because if you just put student aid, man, you're going to get all these hucksters want to sell you, redo your student loan. You're going to save all this money. We'll get rid of stuff for you. Nah, nobody get rid of stuff for you besides the government. And this studentaid.gov and then the student loan forgiveness program, there are 11 of them, ways that you could get your student loan forgiven. So, go through that list, see if there's any, and when you find something possible, then contact them and say, hey, how do I do this? Is this really true? Get on the phone. You're not going to get really stuff solved if you don't get on the phone and know for sure. Don't guess and say, oh, this is not for me because I wear purple. We all have reasons to be lazy. So don't be lazy. Just go talk to somebody, get the for sure, because it's hard to just read something and think you know exactly what it means. That may or may not be true. So check it out like that. And that is studentaid.gov, studentaid.gov. And you're looking for the forgiveness programs. And then keep on the news to see if you're going to be having to send in a payment on October 1st, or will it be sometime in 2022? That's just for you. Well, I got two websites that help people find money and help they want to get out of financial trouble or to do the things they always want to do in life: buy a house, start a business, get an education, get out of debt, things like that. And I concentrate for 40 years now, or more probably, on finding free sources of money. These are government grants or nonprofit organizations. So I have two services that help people do this. One is called letsgohelp.com. And this is a closed Facebook group, where we help each other. And I do the research. When you ask a question, you can ask me a personal question, and you start a discussion that tell me what you need money for, and I do my research to find you the best possible sources of government programs or nonprofit organizations that will help you solve that financial problem. So that's $20 or $19.95 a month. But if you don't want to join anything, and there's a lot of people like that, I understand. I have another service for only $5.95. And this is where you could download a report of all the sources of money and help in your state for your problem. So if you have a financial problem paying bills or debt and things like that, for $5.95, you download a report of the name, address, phone number, and video instructions of how to contact these people and how to apply for their money to solve your financial problem with debt or credit card, things like that. Then there's another report for every state on starting a business, a nonprofit, or invention, or working on your crazy idea. And then also how to get a higher paying job. This is job training money, education money, college money, things like that. And what they remember, they're just places in your state. That's where the action is. Okay, then there's for health care, dental care, prescription drugs, and even pet care. And then there's free consultants in every state, mentoring, consulting, research, legal advice, things like that. And then real estate, you want to buy a house, rent a house, you got to pay your bills for mortgage and rent, things like that. And then about a dozen or 2 dozen places in your state that give you free legal help. So all those reports are available on letsgoreports.com. So that's 2 places. Maybe I can help you there. If not, just watch the videos on YouTube, and that gives you links to go get it yourself. The biggest problem is you have to know it's there. That's what I do, and I've been doing it for 50 years, and I hope I have about 15 more.